Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm going to be doing my 1-year lock update. Now I just did my 9-month update, but I want to do a 1-year update just so I can have that set because I want to do annual updates from now on. I don't know if I'm going to do anything in between there, but I would like to do some styling videos for things that I'm doing to my hair or things that I want to try out. So I might do those, but as far as full updates, I'm only going to do those on the year mark. So I wanted to have this one set, and some of the things I'm going to be sharing with you I've already shown or talked about, but I'm just going to put it in this video so that you can have a place to look in case you are looking for inspiration, encouragement, or just like to watch lock updates. I know I still do. I watch all kinds of updates, 1-year updates, 3, 4, 5-year updates. I actually like to watch people that are more on my, closer to my time, so I know what to look forward to instead of like looking years into the future as far as like 5 years or whatever. So if you have recently installed Microlocs or if you are interested in them, then I hope this video is helpful. So I'm just going to talk about the main topics. I have a few things written down here. So I want to first discuss shampooing, washing my hair. So, the way I'm going to break this up is I'm going to give all the information about the products that I use and different little details about how I maintain my hair. Then I'm going to show a little montage of some videos and little pictures, only pictures and things that I have in my phone, really. Because if you're following any of my old videos, you can look at even my fashion videos to see what my hair looks like along the way. So I'm just going to show you things that are in my phone that I haven't necessarily posted online anywhere. It's just little pictures that I've taken here and there. Some I've put on Instagram, but some I just have had in my phone. So I'm going to put those in, and then I'll come back after that little montage is over, and then I'll show you close up of my hair, like inside of it and up close. So I hope it comes through clear on the camera, but that's the setup of the video. Hopefully it is helpful, like I said. So as far as information, I talked about shampoo. I don't shampoo my hair on a set schedule. I pretty much wash it whenever it feels like it needs to be washed. That's usually maybe 3 to 4 times a month. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like every other week or every week, but it'll just be whenever I feel like I need to do it. Like if I'm exercising really hard, which I haven't done in a while, or if I'm like cleaning up and I get sweaty and my scalp just feels sweaty, I will wash it. So it'll just depend. But I did talk about this shampoo the last time I was here, and I only used this one time and I do not like it. After my hair dried, it literally felt dry and crispy. It was like stiff. I don't like this. So I don't know, maybe we'll wash. I might try it again. I might give it another try, but we'll see. So for now, it's just under the sink, not using it. I did show these 2 shampoos, and these are the 2 that I am using. So for the first shampoo, I will use this. This is clarifying as far as I know, or as far as I can feel. And it's rosemary and mint. I got this from Marshall's, I think. And it's weird to feel. Different Feel is the brand. So I'll use this on the first wash, and then I'll use this Shea Moisture Daily Hydration Shampoo for the second wash. And this, I feel like, just softens it because of the hydration aspect, and then it's that thick shampoo. So I like using these 2 together, and it's worked very well. And for my hair right now, I just washed it a few days ago, and I put it in braids to dry. So this is the braid out from that. It's been in since about 3 days. I took it out 3 days ago, and yeah, just let it dry overnight and took it out the next day, and this is 3 days later. I still am using jojoba oil on my scalp, so I'll put this on my fingertips and just massage it into my scalp and focus on my scalp. I don't really put oil on my hair necessarily, like whatever's left over I will drag through my hair, but I'm mainly focusing this on my scalp. I also will use this. This is African Pride 5 essential oils with vitamin E. So I will use this as well a little bit. And then I know there's some controversy about Mael, but I have no problems with this. The rosemary mint scalp and hair strengthening oil. I will use this from time to time as well. And then I still use my rosemary and glycerin spray. I don't spray my hair every day. I probably don't spray it as often as I used to. I used to spray it all the time, but lately I just don't bother. It doesn't feel like it needs anything, but if it does, I will use the rosemary and glycerin spray, or I will use this spray bottle here and just add water and some of the oils. So I have lavender oil, and I'll put a few drops of this, or maybe a few drops of the jojoba oil, and I'll just spray my hair with that. But like I said, I don't do that very often. And I also still use my oil sheen. So when if my scalp feels like it needs a little something, and maybe not the jojoba oil, but I will use this. And so far so good. Like I said, I still haven't heard other people using oil sheen, but I like it and I still use it. And then for my edges, I will lay down my edges from time to time. And when I do that, I'll use this gel, Let's Jam. It's the Condition and Shine Gel Extra Hold. Or I will use this one. This is Total Transformations Hicks Edges. That works pretty good too. And then when I wash my hair, I don't always do this, but I will use a leave-in conditioner only on the very ends of my hair, because sometimes it does break off a little bit, and I'm not so much concerned about the ends locking up completely, so I'm not worried about the extra moisture on them. So if I do use a leave-in conditioner, which will probably be like every other shampoo, I don't know. It just depends on what I'm doing with my hair once it dries. But I'll use this, thank God it's natural, TGIN Miracle Repair Protective Leave-In Conditioner. I'll use that one. And I also use this African Pride Coconut Oil and Baobab Oil Hydrate and Strengthen Leave-In Conditioner, Leave-In Cream. These are just leave-ins that I happen to have left over from my loose natural days. So I haven't bought anything specifically for my locks to use for leave-ins, but I will just put those on, like I said, the very ends. And also one of the reasons why I will use those only on the ends of my hair is because I don't want buildup. So I don't want the thick, these are pretty thick, and I don't want that to be built up in my hair. And not only that, I don't really feel like it needs it, but I like to put it on the ends just to seal them up a little bit. And yes, so the other thing that I do is sometimes in between a retie, I will retwist my hair. So I actually have some footage of that I'll be showing later where I will retwist. This last retie I just did last week, or yeah, it's been about a week and a half since I did my retie, and I do maintain it myself with a 2-point rotation. And I use a knitting needle that I bent a little bit and then opened up the opening. I talked about it before, but I'll show you what that looks like. So here's the modified knitting needle that I talked about. This is what I use to retie my hair. And the reason is because I want to use like the smallest possible thing to go through the roots, because I feel like any other tool could be too big. See, I opened up the opening there and then I bent it so that it has a slight slant to it. And that is my retie tool. Oh, it has a little hair stuck to it. And usually I'll retie my hair every 8 weeks. This time, because I did a retwist in between, I actually did 10 weeks in between, and I was okay with the 10 weeks. So not such a bad idea to do. Although I did lose a lock in the process, technically I combined 2 locks, and then I cut off the little end of the lock that I ended up losing, because there was so much new growth in this one little spot, and I accidentally interlocked 2 locks together and I couldn't get them apart. So my plan was to comb them out and then retwist the 2 of them. But when I tried to start combing out the lock, it was taking forever. It was not worth it. And they were very small. The 2 of them were very small anyway. So I just combined them. And then when I got to the end of it, I just snipped it off. Okay, and here is the piece of lock that I cut off. This is where I had started to try to comb it out. That was unsuccessful. And then this is the rest of it. And I do see there's a hole here. So I have gotten holes in my locks before. And I guess that people say that happens when you go through the same rotation 2 times. And it looks like there's a hole in this one anyway, right here. Probably can't tell, but anyway, so the way I fix holes is I just go the opposite way. So if I'm looking through the hole right here, the 2 pieces that make the hole, I will just put the needle in through the other side and go through those little hairs in through the hole, and then out through the hairs on the other side, and then pull it through, and that closes the hole right up. Usually they're very small. So yes, this is a piece of lock that got sacrificed in the process. I don't mind. It's not too big of a deal. I wouldn't even be able to find it. I mean, I might be able to find it, but it's not a problem. If I do a retwist in between, I will use this lock gel, which I've shown before. It's the Talia Wajid Lock It Up Gel. And then I'll use these clips when I am retwisting it. So that's what I did like in August sometime, because we went on the trip and I talked about our trip to see the Ark encounter. That video is on my channel in case you want to check it out. But before we went on that trip, I retwisted my hair. So that was a fresh retwist. I came back, got back to normal life, washed my hair, and then I did the last retie that I did. And again, that had been 10 weeks since my last one. So I think I could go 8 to 10 weeks and have no problems. And I would do that again. Another thing I use is these for hair ties. I like these little things here. I like how they work. So they are very stretchy. They come in a pack with multiple colors. This one's black, and then there's like 2 versions of a brown one and then a clear. And these are nice because if I were to put my hair up like a half up, half down, or even when I'm washing it, I'll do sections. So as far as washing, I don't braid and band my hair. I think I tried that maybe once or twice, but most of the time I wash my hair without doing anything to it. But recently, I don't like when a lot of the hairs just kind of like fall down into my face and I feel like I can't get to my hairline easily. Like every time I push it back, it keeps dropping again. So the last time I washed it, I think I found a successful method. So I did 4 sections. I did 4 even sections. And then I just took these and I made like a small bun, but very, very loose. So I basically just put the ponytail on kind of like this. And then when I got to the end of it, I tucked it under so that everything is in a nice little ball like that. And I had all this to work with. So I was able to get my fingers in there. And again, this was on 4 sections. So I got it all in there, did everything. And then I would release my hair in that section, and then just let the soap and everything get through there and rinse out fully. And then, so then it would be out. And then I would put it in whatever style to let it dry, which I usually will do braids. So at that point, I put it into different, like a whole bunch of braids, maybe 8. And then let it air dry for the rest of the day, and then overnight. Maybe just sit under my dryer. I did sit under, which I did do actually. I sat under my hair dryer the next day because when I went to take the braids out, they weren't fully dry. So I have this little bonnet hair dryer. I sat under that for about 40 minutes and just to give it its final seal, because I really wanted it to be dry. I don't necessarily want to do that every single time, so I don't really mind if it's a little damp if I take the braids out, but this particular time I did want it to fully dry. So I will use my bonnet hair dryer if I really need to. And then the other thing I use, which I've been able to use recently because my hair has grown a little bit, is this little clamp thing. So the other day we were on this little outing and I had on this thick sweatshirt, and it was a hoodie, and there was so much going on back here. I wanted my hair up and off because lint is something that I will avoid as much as possible. So I have my hair clamped up with this, and this works really nice because there's so much space in here, it just grabs the hair and holds it. And then as far as lint, since I mentioned it, I think I've been pretty good at avoiding it, because when I look in my hair and really analyze it and like get up close into it, I don't see any. So I hope that it's not there, and maybe I'm just not seeing it, but I don't think it's there. And like I said in one of my other videos, when I do think I'm looking at lint, when I give it a closer look, it's actually a gray hair. So I do have a lot of grays in here that will resemble lint, but upon closer examination, it ends up being gray hair. I'm okay with that. So that is all I think for the products and the updates. I think retwisting, oh, the only changes that I've noticed is getting thicker. Of course, it doesn't seem like it's getting longer when I wear it because it just keeps shrinking up. It shrinks up to this length no matter what. But if you can tell, my hair is actually slightly, it has a little bit of length to it, but everything, it just it just shrinks right up to wherever you see it. It likes to stay like right at my shoulder. Oh, the other thing that I do when I try to combat a little bit of frizziness, or I don't really, you know, I don't mind frizziness per se, but I don't like when there's a lot of loose hairs around my locks. So if I'm doing a retwist or a retie, that's when I focus a lot on trying to make sure all the loose hairs that might be like sticking out of the lock, and I'll take that and I'll just grab it, like any loose hairs. Let's just say there's loose hairs here, and then I'll rotate those around the lock like this, just to keep all those extra frizzies out of the way. Like obviously they're going to be there, but just to maintain them slightly, I will do that. So that's one of the things that I think have contributed to keeping my locks pretty skinny and nice and compact, because I don't have that many, but they're staying pretty thin. So I don't know if they're going to get much thicker than they are now, but whatever I have is what I have. I don't mind. I'm happy with it. And still, it's the best decision I've made with hair, and I have no intentions on going back to loose natural hair, like probably like ever. I don't know, but I'm happy with this. And like I said, now next I'm going to show you like the little montage of some styles that I've done since the installation. So I'll go back to install day so you can see what it looked like as soon as I put them in. I did make a few modifications. So I put them in September, the beginning of September in 2023. And then I thought they were a little too big, so I did resize a few in the front. So actually quite a few in the front whole line. I made them all a lot smaller. I modified a few in the back, and then that was it. So I call my anniversary date the end of September, even though I technically put them all in at the beginning of September. I made changes. So September is my month. I'll just count that as my month. So every September I will do an update. But the install day that you will see in the montage, I did make changes a little bit later, and I don't remember if I documented those specifically. But either way, that's there. And then if you come back, I'll show you details inside my hair and how everything looks up close. So if you don't make it back, or if you do, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.